Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, welcome Sherman. Also welcome everyone else to this episode of Southern California CAW, episode 27, the aftermath of Winter Warfare, which took place February 20th, 1988. As we had our opening contest here, Sabine Fontaine to take on La Mariposa Violeta. Well, let's see how La Mariposa Violeta can rebound after her loss against Gem Master D on last week's show. And let's see if Sabine Fontaine can make a statement here, possibly gain a win over a former Southern California CW Women's Champion. But one thing is, is the roster here in Southern California in the so in the 8 months that Southern California CW has been in existence since its inception of July '87, the roster's starting to stack up a bit.
And from Mexico City, Mexico, Marie hosts
There's once we head into the 90s, once the show reaches the 90s, there's definitely a ring attire specific for La Mariposa Violeta but I'm not going to try to jump ahead in the timeline because I haven't planned out every single detail of the timeline like Apophis had for his league in WFA that ran from '86 to the present day. We're just making the history as we go along here. Because we do have some signings, as now as referee Marty Fly gets this match started. Hello, welcome. On Clock Sensation, welcome. Glad you can make it into the live stream. I know one thing about wrestling news in current day wrestling, like a lot of cuts made in the Big Ben in Stanford. A lot of people none too pleased, like the Wyatt Six, Selena Vega, and House of Black Tyson, the Motor City Machine Guns being released from the Big Ben in Stanford. Okay, awesome. As right now she is getting her start in Southern California CW at this point in the timeline. Ooh, nice cross body by Mariposa Violeta, the luchador sensation from Mexico City. Keep in mind how big Mexico is. It's currently with 160. The wrestling scene in the late 1980s. I mean, One thing, we have a good. One thing is I missed the sale for 2K26, so obviously I'm not going to be getting 2K26 anytime soon. Now, oh, nice clothesline by Sabine Fontaine. Sabine Fontaine. That's a little, but fake French accent there. Looks like a certain French supermodel that you guys have seen in Wrestling with Regret. No. Because yeah, it's such a French supermodel. Ryan Wade has some pretty good side characters on his show, from Big Cosmic Rock to like the lipstick love machine to Quad, the expensive French supermodel. So he goes, oh, damn, look at that. Don't make Bonito. And look at that, falls it over a nice sweet neck breaker on the, swinging neck breaker on the outside. Okay, there's that on the X. Post on Reddit. Now, diving elbow to the back of Sabine Fontaine. And I'll cover 1, 2. Oh, 2.99%. Well, yeah, anyone else watching, don't be shy. Drop a line and say hi. Be part of the conversation. Be part of the chat. Always welcome. Mostly, if you're gonna be a soldier, you're gonna be on the door. So ooh, I'm not thinking this going because when you say in the chat, it reveals your intention. Figure out how to stop people. So I do allow people to have contrasting opinions in the chat. There's nothing wrong with a little banter. Just look at this springboard moonsault. Because let's be real. There's wrestling fans out there that cheers for the bad guys. A nice moonsault from the top rope by La Mariposa Violeta, and now the cover. And that's it, and keep in mind, a loss isn't the end of the world. Like,
here is your winner.
Sabine Fontaine has nothing to be ashamed about. Going up against a former Southern California CEW Women's Champion, putting up a valiant effort. Let's get the next match going. So next match, we're going to have the elegant one, Eric Blackwell, to be taking on Don Sheffield. Because this is definitely a trial by fire for the elegant one, because in that 10-man battle royal at Winter Warfare, being the last two, being like the final two in that battle royal, it has definitely sparked some interest from management in Southern California CEW to see how well Eric Blackwell does against a former two-time Southern California CEW World Champion.
Making his way to the ring from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 244 pounds, Eric.
See, there's one character I do want to voice for Southern California CEW. But usually I keep it to my own CEW characters that I've created, like the Trailer Park Crew, El Tigre Rojo, but one character I do want to voice for promos is definitely Don Sheffield. I know. But one thing I would suggest for a Pofa is to start doing some voice acting for promos for his CEW character, namely Vincent the Terror Nicmeri in late 1980s Southern California CEW. And then in a future live stream, I may jump into the late 90s and showcase like a house show from some of the talent that's still around. Because when you have a CEW league that takes place in the past, you have to have updated looks from different parts of the timeline. So like right now you're seeing like the 1980s look, and then update for like the early and late 90s. Because I do have a version of Don Sheffield that on this 2000s look, when still part of the company, still kicking ass. As we get this match underway between these two. But I want you to notice the size difference between these two. Eric Blackwell, 5'10", 245 versus 6'2", 320. And now look at this big man going up in the air. Oh, that big old suicide dive. Leading with the shoulder. The big old leg drop. Brother. And showcasing that power, like, so keep in mind that in 1980s wrestling, yeah, size matters a lot more than it does nowadays. Like that big old belly-to-belly overhead suplex from big old Galarian Don Sheffield. Even though he's a big old brawler, he's not afraid to put on his working boots and get technical. But look at this. Eric Blackwell not backing down from his much larger opponent. Because the one thing about Eric Blackwell, he's showing that elegance, being able to outclass you while still looking elegant doing it. And a big old punch. Because, yeah, there's a reason why in boxing, that's why they have weight classes. And and they made the weight classes stricter, like less weight difference between the weight classes. And yes, the more you weigh, yeah, the harder you do hit if you have the muscle capacity. Because a big old tomahawk chop. So a few days ago, I dropped off my clothing at my favorite laundromat to do swap and fold service, where they wash it, they dry it, and they fold it for you. It was and before, when you drop it off, it's a 2 count. They do weigh the clothes, and they have certain rate brackets. So it's and that's how much they charge you. You get $30 for over 30 pounds of laundry. So give us and for doing all that for me to wash, dry, and fold it. That is a really good deal. I'm not gonna lie. It does vary though. So it's best to just drop off regular clothing. Oh, look at that power slam by Eric Blackwell. Damn, power bomb and an elbow drop. 1, 2. Now Eric Blackwell is going to the top rope once again. Ooh, nice, elegant body flex. Because keep in mind during the golden era of wrestling in the 80s, it was big men, behemoths, and you had Hulk Hogan, Big John Studd, Andre the Giant. And I go for DDT, but Don Sheffield said, no way. And bringing Eric Blackwell back in the ring. And now look at this. Big old powerbomb. Because in order to be a world champion, you have to be able to work with different styles of wrestling. You can't be just a bunch of big hosses going at it and just having a big old slugfest. Going up against someone like Eric Blackwell, and then having Don Sheffield, the big deep, to put on his working boots to go a bit technical, and maybe he's proven right now, try to go high flying for a bit. And look at that big old elbow drop. And now it's covered by Don Sheffield and a kick out. So you have a good match right here between these two. Because both men are giving it their all in this one. 1, 2, and that's it. And the point I'm trying to make is like not only of Justin Styles, but to try to build momentum back.
The lunatic Cowboy Don Sheffield.
You got to give credit to the Elegant One, because had Don Sheffield would have made it one more mistake, it would have been Eric Flacco having his hand raised at the end of this one. Because I know work rate wasn't the norm in 1980s wrestling. It was more of a big old spectacle in contrast to the way it is now with work rates and try to put on and to try every wrestler try to steal the show. They said, "Oh yeah, maybe the second match of the card had the best was match of the night or something like that." And then the Foreign Legion. And yes, also welcome Ahmed, as you have here.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 503 pounds, the Rough Riders.
So you're Run MAC, so Google Gemini. It's not just because the ring announcer called them "quote unquote" the Rough Riders. That's not their name. You see on the back of their track suits, Run MAC, and then a tag team that's inspired by a legendary rap group of a similar name, Run DMC. And now here comes the Foreign Legion.
Combined weight of 568
Egyptian
pounds.
and this Russian.
The Fallen.
Foreign Legion. We get this match underway here. That's Ahmed the Egyptian taking on Byron run. Ooh, nice neck breaker. And now look at this. Big old leg drop, brother. Trying to go for the cover. Man, that was very slow maneuvering. Because I know that he's like 250, but and now the tag to Marvin Mack, the power of the team. When I post the live stream on our Discord server, it doesn't show the name of the tag title of the video. It just says XGWL. And same thing with when I'm posting episodes of XGWL Live and Southern Cal and WCDL Live. It says Extreme Tony instead of. Last night's April Anarchy for XGWL Live and Thursday night was WCDL Spring Breakout, and now the tag back to Marvin Mack. Oh, and taking a cheap shot at Alexander Romanoff, and now top rope and like psych. And now look at this. Look at that takedown. Oh, what a DDT. Now look at this. This is good technical wrestling there from Running and She. Yeah, welcome Apophis, but you can drop in and look at that power slam. And now the cover. 1, 2. Because in tonight's main event, we are going to have Bradley Wright of the Trailer Park Crew going one-on-one with Guiseppi Nicmeri. So one thing, like, everyone wants a shot at that world title. They also want a shot at the tag titles. I know, so far, there's only 3 championships in Southern California CW. Ooh, nice. Ooh, goddamn.
Here are your winners.
And then Chips and Big respond to the call after getting hit by the ring post. Yeah, the cheap win. Let's see how well XGWL can bounce back from his loss to Vincent the Terror Nicmeri.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 191 pounds, El Tiger Roy Joe!
Red Tiger. I'm grateful for every fan that comes in, either whether they come in for like 5 minutes or in the chat from start to finish, or you're watching this on your own time.
Newport, Wales, weighing in at 228 pounds, the future Leonard Collins.
Here comes Leonard Collins. I do post the match card ahead of time. So if you want to check out the match card, you can definitely join the Discord. Links in the bio. And now the cover, one and only. moonsault. Now look at, ooh, what an arm drag from the top to the outside. Ooh. Yeah, what a kick by Leonard Collins. So we have two different styles here in this one. That UK style versus the Mexican lucha libre. And now look at this. Man, that didn't work. And Figueroa accidentally bumping into referee Marty Fly. And yeah, that was in and not too. One of my favorite movie franchises of all time. And look at this, bringing El Figueroa back in the hard way. And now look at this Scorpion Deathlock by El Tigre Rojo, or Scorpion Hold. So that's definitely something worth looking up. So I asked Google, who was the first wrestler to use the Scorpion Death? And then the answer says, Japanese wrestler Iki Shosu started to inventing the Scorpion Death method. Sarasaki Adami, or Scorpion Hold, popularized in the United States by Sting, as the Scorpion Death Lock and Bret Hart as a sharpshooter, invented indeed. In the late 70s, early 80s. Could have followed up with from the early version of the early 70s. And speaking of Scorpion Hold, there it is again. And as El Tigre Rojo follows Leonard Collins to the outside. Extend reverse to this. Ooh, damn. These are awful bouncing back after for the win after losing.
Here is your
But
winner,
it will title opportunity to Guiseppi Nicmeri. Alright, so let's go to the next match. Well, yeah, last week it was Southern California CEW's first ever ladder match. One-on-one. And then
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Anchorage, Alaska, Laura the Icon Berry. Representing the Thrill Seekers from San Diego, California, Sarah Wright.
here we go. The Discord servers. Okay, something I could use a little help. Go through with the speakers and kind of, that's Sarah right in the lower ice corner of our fighting on the outside. Big guy. Nice reverse DDT though. Oops, sorry. Let's look at that again since. Well, yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but it did create an opportunity to use the replay system. neither by Sarah Wright. Because these two of them are going through a really intense brawl, which is more the style of Sarah Wright in contrast to more of a technician that like Laura Iceberg. Damn, making Laura Iceberg tap out with the Cobra Clutch.
Here is your winner, Sarah Wright.
Now let's go to our main event. So we're going to have
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Rome, Italy, weighing in at 243 pounds, Joe the Professor Nicmeri. And his opponent, representing the Thrill Seekers from San Diego, California.
See there, the Southern California CW Tag Team Champions.
One half
As Bradley Wright is set to go one-on-one here.
Classic Tag Team Champions.
Tammy's dad.
Bradley Wright.
Part of the There's no dominant threat. Now this nice clothesline from Bradley Wright. 6'5", 250 pounds from Lakeside, California. Big old high knee. These two definitely have two different styles here because Bradley Wright is more of a brawler, whereas Guiseppi is more of a technician. Players reversing the figure 4 leg lock.
Here is your winner, Bradley Wright.
Bradley Wright winning our main event. Alright, so let's start wrapping things up here for this episode of Southern California Titans that took place in February 20th, 1988. So I do want to thank everyone for tuning in. So if you like what you see, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends throughout all of the social platforms. So with all that being said, this has been your homeboy Extreme Tony. Thank you for watching. Como siempre, I bid you guys adios. We'll see you guys next time.